on the ambush. It should be enough for the most part of it, so Tusk can be very active around the map, and we can see at the moment still just hanging around the mid lane here, looking to put pressure onto the tiny island.
He's still on level 1.
He's going to go in again with the plasma field as well. That's going to be your first blood there onto Nuts, and Loader's going to be forced back there. So, well, the power of the Tusk there, Andy.
MFF's early game. So I think this is just a solution to be like, alright, well, our Slardar was always meant to be kind of sacrificed anyway. We're only picking it for the stun, we're picking it for the acid.
They want to try and go on Loader. This time they might just get it. The plasma field bringing him low. The right click's not quite enough. Arise has got a haste. He's going to try and dive this one, and he's going to find the kill. Should be able to get himself out as well. The tower will bring him low, but he's going to be alright. And this mid lane is not working out for Alliance at all in the first 3 minutes. Bottom lane, crush onto Bulldog, and now Demon turns to run. Bulldog's going to try and chase it down here with the Scorched Earth. He's a little bit quicker, and of course Demon taking that increased bit of damage here in the sprint.
He's actually just chasing. Yeah. Maybe not everything going exactly how they wanted it to on the side of Alliance, but again, we talked about their mid-game potential. It's crazy good. Arise could be in trouble.
And look for the toss back, and they will be able to find the blast there from Ake as well. They'll chase him down, and they will get themselves the first kill on the board there. Lights, Yapzor coming in with the shards, catches out Nuts, but going with the snowball on his own, especially when there are 3 heroes on the side of Alliance. So that's a bit of rotation. Maybe they can find Yapzor as well. They're moving in. He is going to put himself in the snowball straight across the creeps. Now turns to run, but the avalanche is there with a toss to follow up. There's going to be a double kill for Loader in the mid lane, and Alliance certainly needed that after the start that Tiny Isle were having.
That it is a very good way to deal with those heroes during the mid game.
Look at this movement here from Monkey Freedom Fighters coming straight into the dire jungle. They found these stacks that Loader and Nuts are taking. They're going to move in here with the snowball onto Loader. They're trying to chase it down, but it's just the 2 of them at the moment. Arise a little bit too far behind to help out, and maybe it's Yapzor that's in trouble. Still starting on with the fight, but now the plasma field comes in, and Arise with the static link as well. Moving on to Loader, looking for the slaps onto Nuts here. It's a good link here, stolen a fair bit. 29 at the moment. Can he kill Nuts? No, he can't. Nuts is going to be able to get up the high ground. The shards don't even catch the IO. So neither Tiny or the IO dying there. Now Arise is going to be the one that pays life, but the IO walks back in! There was 3 other heroes going for the kill on Razor. There was no need for Nuts to go back in there, so he does end up losing his life.
That was greed.
A bit of a mess there. But
those 2 things, you can actually kill quite easily. And the thing is, you can't phase shift steering chains, so every time he does that to S4, you just take the damage. Like, you can't do anything about it. It's one of the reasons why Ember is actually... the heroes kind of counter each other.
Ooh, S4 uses the orb aggressively now. He will get the silence and the Dream Cock drops as well, but Yapzor's here on the Tusk. Moves in with the snowball. S4 is trapped up. Can he do anything to turn this one around? He's got the phase shift, buys him some time, but he still dies. And a nice rotation there from Yapzor. And again, one of those windows where as soon as you send out that orb, Monkey Freedom...
Got a ward in the area, didn't he? Yeah, he did. It's interesting. Maybe he just wasn't assuming it to be so aggressive. But either way, very nice kill. And there's a do. Goodbye, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's in a lot of trouble there down on the bottom lane. No backup here for the Slardar. And that'll be one cleaned up there by Bulldog on Review. So continuing to stay at the top of the board here in terms of net worth. 4.2k at the moment on the man. Top lane. You're going to see Loader and Nuts look for some kind of action here. They're looking for Sing Sing. He's going to throw the remnant forward in. He's actually going to try and fight with Yapzor coming in the snowball. Nuts is going to get bursted down by the Walrus Punch. They get the avalanche onto 2. They've actually managed to found the kill onto Yapzor on this Tusk. The Rise has turned up, trying to move in onto Loader, trying to deliver the static link. Steals 26. And looks like that will be that for the time being. Alliance are going to disengage, but they only lose the eye and they find themselves
yeah, the Tusk, but a lot of rotations coming out now.
Oh, Demon. He wants to fight. There's 2 heroes here, gets the double man crush, and now turns to back himself out. Yapzor's coming in. They've got the vision here. They can get the shards just out of range at the moment. Bulldog, of course, pretty speedy. Ake as well. Not too slow on himself, but here Sing Sing turns up with 2-man searing chains. Ake will get the ult out. Battle between the 2 of them. They'll be able to do the Delta split. No one's going to die for the ult. They've got the punch up Bulldog, but no one's actually died on the side of the lines. Now Ake goes down, but they lose Sing Sing return, and now with a toss back on Sing Sing's dead body onto Jimmy, who falls as well. 2 for 1 for Alliance. They're going to try and look for more here. Loader moving in, chasing down Yapzor, gets the toss off. Bulldog turns up with a very early skill in level death, and Yapzor will have the snowball. But there's an S4 puck here as well. There's no way that Tusk escapes, and that's going to be the 3rd kill there for Alliance. And really nice reactions there from the team.
Yeah, Alliance already just feeling like we shouldn't let them get anything more than they have out of the air. Bulldog, you can see his item build. He's actually opted to go for a lot of extra armor.
Top lane. Demon looking for a free kill here. Has Nuts got anything to tether to? Yes, he has. Will be able to get himself over a little bit, but Demon's going to continue to chase this. Nuts gets the spirits out. He's going to give it the old walk around, but the Crush is still going to find him. Demon will find himself the kill. There's going to be a TP in from S4, and Demon's got to run. Dreamcore's going to get dropped straight away here in S4. Going to look for the cleanup here. Misses the orb, though. Demon just tries to turn, but the silence is there before he gets the Crush off. And S4 will get himself a solo kill, but now Yapzor might find the return in, moving in, and now Sing Sing turning up as well. No escape for S4. They'll get the puck in return. So just a 1-1 there between both teams' solo laners.
A very scrappy game. A lot of kills going on, and you're not really having too hard of a time just fully committing to these fights if you're Sing, and I think that's actually helping them quite a bit.
Ooh, Alliance.
There's a blink on this Tiny.
Alright. Okay, Yapzor might be in a bit of trouble here. Avalanche and a toss to the face. The backup's there. Does get off a snowball, but there's 4 heroes on the side of Alliance waiting to kill this Tusk, and they'll get it. Easy pick off there, and Bulldog's build here. Now, this is something that I don't see every day on the old Dooms. Armlet Doom.
I think it's kind of a way to make him a lot more effective in the team fights. You add onto that the Lich armor that they already have, and if he wants to, he can go take an Ice Ogre at some point, and they just have like billions of armor. So Armlet is like one of the most cost-effective items in the game for a strength hero in terms of how much damage it gives you.
Demon. Oh, loaded straight in onto the fish here. Demon will be able to get himself out. No! Taken down by Io there. There'll be a snowball from Yapzor, but there's 5 heroes here on the side of Alliance. Yapzor's got to try and get himself out. There's the waning rift onto him. The S4's tossed forward. Drops the Dream Cold. Doesn't catch anyone, though. Yapzor's going to continue to run. Looks to hide in the tree line. Bulldog's chasing him down here. Yapzor with the jukes. Might just get himself out. Earns himself back alive. And a bit of a whiffed Dream Coil there from S4, meaning they won't find a kill now. That's a free kill onto Nuts here. Sing Sing picks that one up. There's going to be the tether. Not going to save the little ball of light. A 1-for-1 there. Again, another bit of a scrappy engagement from both. 14 minutes into
this is
a game.
just a hard Slardar counter. Like, that's what they're trying to do, is just make sure that their tanky heroes stay tanky.
S4. He's just moving in. Pushing back Sing Sing. There's a snowball though, and again. Oh, he's going to be fine. Hang on.
He thought he was done.
He's here, but Beaver Knight turns back up and says, we need to get this kill, but now there's a Doom onto Sing Sing. Sing Sing on the retreat here with Yapzor. Bulldog trying to chase it down here. Look at the speed of this man going. The shards will buy some time for Sing Sing. He has, we've got a remnant out, if he can live throughout the duration of this Doom. And there we go. He's just going to TP straight out for the tree line. They come pretty good timings here for the team. We'll have to see what MFF have as kind of an answer to this man of aggression. And Demon's going to get spotted out in the trees here. S4 finds him with the orb. Avalanche is going to miss it as Demon's able to juke it, but the toss is onto him. And Loader will be able to get himself yet another kill here. And I've got to be honest, Alliance, they might have had a bit of a tricky time in that early laning stage here for the Roche here for Alliance. Demon is coming in. The Ice Blast will follow through as well. But
good dodge.
Very nice dodge from Alliance. Yep, so does he want to do this? I don't think he does.
He wants to see how low it is.
Oh, S4 just says, nope, you're not jumping into the pit. Drops down the Dream Call onto Demon and Yapzor. Sing Sing won't find the change onto S4 and the Roshan's down. Aegis is going to be picked up by Loader, and now they'll look to fight. Arise has been doomed up. Alliance trying to move in, and they're going to follow this through. I think they will do. Loader wants to blink forward. He's looking for the Avalanche, and they'll find it onto 2 here. The Snowball comes out. The Crusher's well from Jimmy. Jimmy slithers himself away. And Way2 will TP out. Arise ticking low here to the Doom, but I think he'll be able to outlive it. Don't lose anyone here. And just to relocate. Yeah.
Back to base.
Back to base. Okay,
Yep.
just healing themselves back up.
All right.
But on the plus side for Monkey Freedom Fighters, they don't lose anyone here. Sing Sing wants to fight. And he's going to have to fight at a Tiny and an Io combination. They've got an AO coming through as well. But Beaver Knight's incredibly low, but they get the kill onto Io. Now the bounce coming out with a Lich Ult between Demon and Sing Sing. They've got to get themselves out. Yapzor and Arise tries to fight this one, but there's the toss forward onto Bulldog. Picks himself up a killing spree. Maybe it wasn't the play there to try and fight back into that relocating from Io.
Well,
Catching up to do so, but if they can prolong the length of this game, they'll get to that point eventually. Rise has picked up the sand. I imagine it's going to be SMY on Razor. We're going to see him find Nuts here. Nuts will tether himself across. Ice Blast will get the pass over. No, it looks like, yeah, he did hit onto Nuts. But they've got the follow-up. They have got Sing Sing moving in. They'll look for the kill onto Iron. They should be able to find it. He's got the Ice Blast here on him. But there's a turnaround. There's a Dream Coil onto 2. Yapzor's getting incredibly low. Arise is in trouble as Ake and Loader focus him down. There'll be a snowball forward onto S4. They might be able to find the puck in return, and they do. That's a big kill. Double kill for Sing Sing. But Loader's just here with a cleanup. He's found himself the kill onto 1. At the same time, Bulldog cleans up Demon on the Slardar. Sing Sing's going to look for the TP out, and he will find it. Bit of a messy fight once again. I mean, Monkey Freedom Fighters do find themselves the S4 puck, quite a high value kill at this point.
James Armlet is not always seen as like a go-to item against Ancient Apparition, but in this game, that in conjunction with having the max ice armor on Ake already, like he didn't even max nuke.
Bulldog straight away with the blink out, the Scorched Earth as well. It's going to be hard for them to chase. This Demon is closing the gap here with the sprint. And And they have got Sing Sing moving in as well. Bo2 turns the armor on, he's got S4. Now here comes the relocating Loader and Nuts turning up to the party. They'll take down Jimmy here. There's a static link from Arise, stealing a fair bit here from Loader. S4 drops the Dream Coil, but Loader's already lost a fair bit of damage. Arise takes the Dream Coil stun to the face here. Searing Chains will follow up onto S4, but he's able to jaunt himself out with the orbit. Doesn't matter. Still goes down. It's a mega kill streak here for Sing Sing. They managed to pop the Aegis here as well. This is a really good fight for Monkey Freedom Fight. Can they find anything more here? Loader gets the avalanche onto Arise, but now with the snowball moving in, Sing Sing's sticking about with the sleight of fist. Loader getting low, but Ake's still there. It's now going to be Arise that loses his life. There's an ice blast into the face of Ake. Bulldog forcing back Yapzor on Bo2. Sing Sing's still sitting in the middle of it all with a sleight of fist. Will TP himself back to base as he's out of mana. Bulldog just simply drops the Doom onto Yapzor, looking for an easy kill, but they're going to be looking for the deny potential. Can Yapzor find it? Yes, he can. Does manage to deny himself there to the neutrals. AA will go down though. And another bit of a crazy fight there. It looked good for kind of Monkey Freedom Fighters halfway through. And oh, they can't lose. If they lose Sing Sing as well, this is not going to be the dream here for MFF. Going to be able to get himself over, but Ake's there looking for the Frost Blast. Now still with the other well. Jimmy's turned up as a fight. They just get a crush onto 2, but Loader blinks forward with the Avalanche Toss combo. Sing Sing's going to get taken down as Ake hits a killing spree on the Lich. And well, the long fight, Alliance do end up coming out on top of that one for sure, and it's 21 for 15 on the board. Bulldog and Loader getting further and further ahead. Bulldog incredibly low here, but he's got the armlet toggling. Demon realizes he probably doesn't want to go for that one. There's also backup coming in from Alliance. Demon could be in trouble. Loader blinks forward, looks for the avalanche. Won't find it as Demon jukes it down to the tree line, but there's 4 heroes here. Nuts is tossed forward. He will get the crush out, but Bulldog moving in, bringing Demon low, and Demon's going to go down. There's going to be an ice blast coming in. Will connect with Nuts. Nuts might be in trouble. Yapzor snowballed in for this one, but now he's got to get himself out. Loader tossing for Bulldog here. He'll get the level death onto Yapzor, and Yapzor will fall, but not before taking down Bulldog here on the Doom.
That was 1,000 gold Doom kill, man. He's rich.
It's a lot of money
almost
for
1,100. I thought he was gonna punch you just so much more tanky as opposed to being in the negative. So you're not taking like pure damage from auto attacks at that point. I really like the way that Alliance have skilled and played this.
Ooh, Sing Sing wants to find himself an S4 kill. He's still got the Searing Chains and he'll get them down to S4. S4 will use the Orc to jaunt away, but damage over time. Taking him learn the sleight of fist there from Sing Sing, finishing off S4 on the puck.
I mean, at this point, having a point and a chilling touch on them too can be massively helpful, considering just the massive amount of armor that the team has bought. And here comes the DD. Dear God, you need to get here. They do not have glyph.
Look at this.
They don't have glyph.
Oh, 1,
That's
2,
3 hits.
3. This is not pretty for the Radiant. They've got to do something about this. The Ice Blast is going to hit onto Loader. Have they got the follow-up? Snowball forward. Sing Sing getting the chains up onto 2 here. They'll be the relocate out. They've saved Loader now. A lovely chain frost. Well, not that nice actually. Bounces between 2 of them. They drop the Dream Coil as well, so they do manage to keep Loader out of that one. Question is, do they bring him back in? Let's have a look. No. They say, Nuts, you're taking this one for the team. They'll throw away the IF. Beaver Knight, Mr. Singstong diving in deep for that one, and a grip from Bulldog finds the kill. They do lose the Doom in return. Okay, they're going to go for the TP out. Do they have any vision? No, they do not. Be able to get themselves away. So, okay, they lose Sing Sing. And of course, I imagine they'll stick around for a fight. Let's see if they're ready to go for it. And look for a second set of racks here on the top lane from the side of the Freedom Fighters. Yeah, Loader just heads up to the high ground. About to pound away at the tier 3. Not as quickly as he was, of course, when he had the DD, but still at a pretty impressive rate. And Bulldog just jumps safe. He's got the Doom onto Ember. Sing Sing's got to get himself out of the fight. Arise front lines it for a bit, takes away 150 damage from Loader. Well, he might have stolen the physical damage, but you haven't stolen all the magical there from the 1-2 combo. And Arise, ooh, just gets saved there by the snowball pickup. Demon getting a nice 3-man crush. The Ice Blast will follow through. The Bulldog pops the BKB here, will walk himself out. Beaver Knight has to get himself away because Loader is still hitting pretty damn hard, and they just can't stop Alliance from hitting the racks. They've got a fortification. Sing Sing trying to do what he can, but he just hasn't got the damage at the moment. Demon now gets a crush onto Loader. Loader now losing damage once again, but S4 blinks forward. Gets the Waning Rift onto Demon. Demon's going to go down to the balls there of my nuts. And now Loader will take a snowball to the face, but he's got the Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2. Arise coming out very aggressively, but Bulldog just appears with the right clicks. The Orc flying through the face of the Razor. Look at the toss onto Yapzor. Tries to get himself back up to the high ground. Will be able to escape, but they've lost half of the racks here on the top lane. There's been a buyback from Arise. And Alliance, they're going to give a bit of mercy for the time being. They don't want to try and force another fight yet. They're happy with what they've found from that one so far.
They got the important racks. Yeah. That's really all that matters. They got the melee. They forced them to use Glyph again as well.
S4. Sing Sing would really love to find this kill. He's not. Oh, nice dude there. Dodges the avalanche. Can't dodge everything else though, unfortunately, that's the end of spirit.
Hit by a giant tree. Not the greatest feeling in the world. And there's the GG. They realize it's like it's too difficult
yeah.
to get through them. So I really. So the Lich was picked first, right? They picked Lich Doom, I believe, in their first few picks. And when they did that, the first thing I thought of was, okay, well, they're going to need some minus armor. And I really liked their answer for it, which was just in the form of Slardar. It's just the problem of their team got so far ahead during the mid-game. Ake's skill build maxing ice armor, only getting 1 point into Frost Blast. Just those things alone